Today is the last day of the drone ice conditions for this 24-25 season. We'll be coming back with more drone ice conditions next year, but we are today transitioning over to walleye river conditions. Those will be a little more sporadic. I'll explain more in a little bit. Let's cue that elevator music and do some ice safety. It's very simple. The ice is not safe. Do not go out on the ice at this time. Use a boat. Hey everybody, Jason with Time in the Outdoors here. Behind me is Lake Winnebago. I'm down here in Asylum Bay. This was going to be my last flight for the 24-25 ice season here on Lake Winnebago. It's actually cold with the wind coming off the lake, but you know, breakup is definitely taking place. There's going to be no more ice fishing out here on Lake Winnebago anytime until probably December of this year, so 2025 in December. But it's been a good season. We were able to get a lot of flights. We were able to get a lot of time out on the ice. So I did get one flight down here so you guys can kind of see what it looks like breaking up. Kind of cool. I always like breakup. It's neat. It looks like there are little channels in the ice. I always expect to see narwhals swimming by. Never seen a narwhal here, obviously, but that would be something to see. Tusked whale. Anyways, I'm going to start flights down on Orihula, on the Wolf River, in a few different areas there as I can. That is a long distance for me to drive. Not long, but longer than I can for the flights over here on Winnebago. So those are going to be a little more sporadic. As I have time to get those flights in, I will get those in. But I really appreciate everyone watching. Now, I do have some good fishing content, so please watch my fishing videos. Don't just unsubscribe or something goofy like that, because I will have flights again next year, hopefully with a brand new drone. So that'll be cool. We'll be flying with a new one next year, provided I can, you know, swing the money for it. They are not cheap. So I'll be getting a new drone to get out here and get some videos for you guys, but we'll have some walleye fishing, some talk about walleye jig selection, all sorts of things coming up for the channel soon. So thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the flights and enjoy the information on the wolf coming up today. Bye. All right, that is Garlic Island, where that arrow is pointing off in the north up there. Like normal, we start to the north looking at the ice conditions out here on Lake Winnebago. That is the DNR fisheries station down there on Asylum Bay. We're actually turning into Asylum Bay as we speak here. I always like looking at spring breakup on here because it's like a signifying thing of the changes of the seasons. We're looking approximately west. There's our water tower out there. I'm going to say you're going to be out in the bay here and all the bays on the west side of Lake Winnebago, crappie and bluegill fishing in no time. So things are looking absolutely, positively unsafe. Do not go out on the ice at this time on Lake Winnebago. Take a boat. We're looking approximately south coming up here in just a second. There we are looking south. We're panning out into Lake Winnebago proper. Still a lot of ice out in the main body of the lake out there. We're looking approximately east. And we're going to be coming around, finishing up, looking at Garlic Island. Let's get over and look at those walleye conditions. Just to make sure I'm fair on the local businesses I'm kind of filming at and showing, this is at Hahn-a-Lula's down here at Orihula, and we're going to take a look at the river down in this section right now. So I'm going to walk out here onto the down by where you can launch some boats so we can get a look at how this looks down here. So they do have a boat launch here also, right there. Costs $5 to launch at this spot, and then you can park right over there. Just down the road that way is actually where Chico's is at, Chico's Landing, so you can also launch and park down there. So this is some of the things that you see down here when you're launching over here at Hahn-a-Lula's. So anyways, the river is completely open. There's no ice here right now. So looks like if you want to start coming down here and doing some fishing, you can definitely get out. If you're fishing over here by hands, it looks like you can fish off their docks, but I would check with them before you actually get out there and just go. So fishing on the Wolf is definitely picking up. We're going to stop at the shore fishing spot here on the way back into Fremont and see what's going on there. There were some people fishing there when I came through, so things are starting to pick up. Very cool. All right, one of the best ways to see if there's anyone catching any fish at a place that has fish cleaning places, like down here at Chico's Landing, is to look at the fish cleaning station and look at the bucket. So we're going to look at the bucket here. There is the bucket. So the translation is people are catching fish down here on the Wolf. I'm going to get another look down here on the Wolf here in just a second, but people are fishing and it looks like there is a walleye run going on. All right, here we are pulling into the shore fishing area down here. Now this is located right underneath the highway bridge here, so kind of interesting. You can't pull down right where you go fishing, but you get to park underneath the bridge. So this gives you a neat little opportunity. We'll take a walk down here and take a look at it. There's currently some people actually fishing here and out, so it's kind of cool. Apparently this was brought to you by Sport Fish Restoration, according to that sign. I'll zoom in on it. So let's hop out and take a look at this area. All right, I am walking backwards. Now this is the area where the shore fishing is down here, and there's some benches to sit on that you guys can see, like that bench right there. Looks like some good riffraff. This gentleman that I'm about to pan over to is down here fishing. There's some guys on a boat out there, but there's plenty of place to spread out down here if you are interested in fishing this area, which is pretty cool. I have personally never fished this, but I've seen quite a few people fish this down here, and they've always done pretty good. Keep in mind the bag limits on the Wolf River changed a couple years ago. The bag limits down here are now 3 fish, as it says on this sign, with no limit on the size limit. So that's effective April 1st, 2020. So it's been in place for like going on 5 years now. So I guess longer than I thought. Keep in mind that the limit, it's only 1 sauger or a hybrid. So those things are kind of getting a little less and less in the system, as we'll say here. So anyways, let's take a look and take a quick walk down here. Let's watch his boat scream by with these guys with the weird bright colored jackets on. Well, this is kind of down at the other end of the fishing area down here. I talked to the guy that was fishing in the middle. He said it's pretty slow. He had 1 bite. He saw 1 sucker or something like that caught earlier. So fishing is a little on the slow side right now, but I would think so, as the water temperatures are still pretty cold. Now, as the temperatures get warmer, the fish get a little bit more active, and then also we see more fish in the system. So sturgeon are going to start making their way up as the water temperatures come up, and actually the water level comes up a little bit. We're also going to, as the water temperatures get really going, we're going to see white bass getting into the system too. That is usually the end of April into May for those. So walleyes are just starting to pick up down here, but good to see people out fishing. All right, let's go to the next spot. I'm not big into walking backwards, but we're going to be walking backwards. We're down here by Web Footers. Now this is in the city of Fremont, and over here in the city of Fremont, you get to actually launch your boat for $5 whole. So I'm going to swing over here so you can see that. Look at that, $5 whole to launch if you launch here. Now you got to walk a little ways to get to your boat. They do have a fee pay machine thing, which is nice, so you can use credit cards or actual dollars. So that's pretty cool. Let's get a quick look down here at the launching facility. There it is. It's a nice launch, actually. And you can't actually fish off the dock here. There's the sign on how many fish you can actually keep again, so keep that in mind when you're down here. But this area of the river is kind of quiet right now, so we're just going to get a quick look at this area. Not much happening down here yet. Now, as you go farther downstream, so that would be more towards Orihula in that direction by that other area we already looked at, there's more action taking place. That's normal for this time of year on the Wolf. So I'm just going to pan around here with in the background, there's a guy fishing from a dock here. He said he just got there, hadn't gotten anything yet, and there's a couple people fishing downstream. But the farther downstream we actually go, the more action there seems to be, which is normal for fishing the Wolf this time of year. All right, we may go to one more spot. If not, thanks for coming along, everybody. I'm going to try to get these little reports out to you whenever I can and when I'm in the area. It also takes away from my fishing. So you'll see me do this or you'll see me out fishing. Bye.